Is tracking down the full manifest.
Hi, Marcus Bronzy here from How to Kill an Hour, and right now we are at a Marvel event for the brand new game that's coming out next year. Virginmedia have put on one heck of a show. There is stuff from the movies, there's memorabilia from the games, there's artwork, there's loads of things to try out. We're going to have a look. Plus, we've got an exclusive interview with a lead creative on the game.
You waiting? Yeah, obviously. Figured I'd let you catch up.
Capturing the Avengers, making sure that they feel like individuals, making sure that they all live in that one world so it doesn't feel like, say, an Iron Man game or a Hulk game or a Cap game, but it feels like all of their game. Making sure that we captured their personality, their power, their might on the stick so that the players can relate to that particular power, like, you know, running down the Golden Gate Bridge as the Hulk, for example, versus fighting as Widow on the bridge, versus flying through and dodging stuff as Iron Man, right? So those were the challenges we knew we had from the beginning. We went in, you know, like most developers, like, oh my God, it's Avengers. We've got to do this and we got to do that, and you're going to play as Iron Man, you're going to play as Hulk, and pretty soon the reality of keeping all these unique characters, have them traverse the same space, and you know, it was a huge design challenge, huge game. You know, the guys at Crystal just killed it. They did an amazing job.
How do you think your cinema background, your film background, your movie background helped this development?
Yeah, I mean, it's both, right? So it's like learning is constant with cinema or cinematography and storytelling for me. Like, I feel like games offer a new challenge of that. Not only do you have to show, but you have to feel and play as well. And the integration of it is always a constant challenge, but I think there is a bit of fortunateness on my part, if you will, on coming from a film background, coming from a cinematography background and a storytelling background that, you know, helps, you know, push and evolves that even further. And likewise, the actual medium itself evolves me, it pushes me and challenges me. So it's kind of a great partnership right now for me.
Yeah, awesome. I mean, it's good to see you stepping out your comfort zone, and you know, it's a big step, isn't it? Really?
It is, and especially, you know, to really wrap your head around the experiential part of gameplay, and that's something that, you know, films don't have. So, you know, having this new medium where I can play sad, I can play broken, I can play not 100%, and then build that up. That's a whole new storytelling avenue that, you know, just don't happen in film.
Definitely. And with regards to stories as well, it's fair to say that the Marvel universe is enormous, right? There's a lot to draw from. And obviously with this game, you've paid homage to some of the well-documented ones, you know, whether it be through print or film. But you also got to shine some light on a character, Kamala. And can you just talk us through that process? I think that's a really nice touch that you've added in.
Yeah, I mean, Kamala Khan, she is a favorite for me. You know, this young, first-generation, you know, immigrant, you know, comes from a you know, strict cultural background. She's desperate to fit in. All the perfect setup for a great sort of coming-of-age story. And we didn't set out to do it, but it naturally progressed that way. She goes to A-Day seeking sort of validation. She has this comic book. She's like, if I win this contest, I'll be normal again. I can fit in with my American friends, right? I'm a fan of the Avengers, and she's so seeking validation. And the irony is that on A-Day, the disaster happens. She gets exposed to Terrigen. She's now inhuman, even further outcast, you know, and still this character is able to see past all of this, and, you know, her resilience and her need to solve and accept these heroes for who they are is what basically, you know, indirectly makes her unite and reassembles these Avengers, and that's amazing.
Exactly. From what I've seen from her, you've given her this feel where she's vulnerable because she's a young person, but she's also extremely powerful. So how did you balance that out?
Yeah, it's a constant balance, right? Like, she even for the character herself in the game, she is struggling with that power, right? Can she control it? Is it dangerous? Is she dangerous? Is she infected? Or is this just who she is? That's been sort of the crux of the story, or the sort of like self-acceptance in the face of adversity, right? Like just having that, knowing that these qualities that you feel maybe make you awkward are actually the differential, or the things that make you the hero, make you special, make you part of the Avengers.
So I think it's a great story for us to cover. In terms of visually, many people have seen the A-Day section of games. Some people have been privileged to play Kamala, like I have as well. But what can we expect visually from the game that, what can you give us a taste of that we haven't seen yet?
Oh, there's a lot you haven't seen yet. And in fact, that's just the tip of the iceberg of the story and of the game. The game is global, first of all. There's a lot of different environments we explore. There's urban environments, there's deserts, there's water, ocean environments. So there's a lot of stuff to see and feel visually. But the story evolves. This world without superheroes, it has serious consequences. We start to see a lot deeper those consequences. What the other answer to the superheroes, which is this world protected by science, what that answer becomes, seeing how it corrupts and corrupts those around it. I think those journeys are going to be exceptionally fun for the player.
I mean, it feels like we're in a superhero universe, but there's definitely some parallels with regards to what's going on in their universe and what's happening here in the real world.
Absolutely, and and we can't help as storytellers be influenced by that. But those things, those seep in anyway. Yeah. But the true core is more embracing your power, embracing the hero inside of us, and by doing so, becoming greater than ourselves. And that's ultimately what the crux of the story is.
Awesome. Right, before I go, I just got to ask you, how does it feel knowing that you're setting the benchmark for Marvel games, you and your team? How does that feel? For me personally, that's a lot of pressure.
It is a lot of pressure, and the team feels it, the studio feels it, I feel it. But it is what drives us to perfection. It is what creates pushing that envelope. The fans push us more than, because we are fans too. Internally, externally, there's always a drive to make perfection, and we'll continue to do that.
Well, thank you very much for your time, and thank you for the game. I look forward to it, man.
I can't wait for you to play it. Seriously, it's gonna be awesome.
Gotta admit it, that was pretty impressive. Surprised? Ooh, cocky.
So we've got to be quiet in here because there's some gameplay going on, but I've had a great time here with Virgin and the Avengers game. I can't wait for it to drop next year. I think it's going to be big.
Whoa! This just got a whole lot more interesting.